Hello, this is Shikha Gupta. Welcome you all in the course of Data Communication and Computer Network. So, till now, we looked into the details of transport layer and what different services is being provided by the transport layer. Now, we will take a specific example, a transport layer protocol which is widely used in the networks. So, more than 80% of the traffic over the internet it uses this transmission control protocol to transfer end-to-end data. So we will look into the details of this transmission control protocol or TCP in short. So this TCP it was specifically designed to provide a reliable end-to-end byte streaming over an unreliable internetwork. So TCP is the protocol which supports this reliability on top of this unreliable internetwork. Here internetwork have different parts may have widely different topologies, bandwidth, delay, packet sizes and other parameters may be different on different networks. Now TCP is the protocol which is designed to handle all these different challenges. So here we will see a TCP service model. So all TCP connections are full duplex and point to point. So point to point means they are between two end hosts and full duplex means both host A and host B. Whenever you are making a TCP connection between them, host A and send data to host B and the same time host B will able to send data to host A. So TCP was designed for this point-to-point data transfer. Data transfer between two different machines. It was not designed to support multicasting or broadcasting. When you want to send data from one node to a group of nodes, that is multicasting, or from one node to large set of nodes, that is broadcasting. So for that TCP was not suitable. Here we use a socket. This socket works as 6 tuples, 6 parameters to uniquely identify a socket. These are the source IP, the source port number, the source sequence number, source initial sequence number, the destination IP, destination port and destination initial sequence number. Now once this host A and B has set up a socket among them, then say host A want to send some data to host B. So B want to send some data to host A. So host B can use this write system call here to write the data in this socket. Socket is just like a pipe in which host B is sending data from here and this data will flow through this pipe and host A will receive this data from here. So host B will write the data in the socket, then this data will be delivered to different layer of the protocol stack, received at the transport layer of host A, then host A can execute the read call to read the data from the transport layer buffer. And this delivery, the reliable delivery, that will be taken care of by the transport layer. And the delivery of the packet to host A based on its IP address, that will be taken care of by the network layer. And that way this protocol stack works. So in next slide we will see that a TCP connection is a byte stream, not a message stream. So every byte is identified by a unique sequence number. And this message boundary, they are not provided preserved end to end. That means all the messages are in TCP terms. We call it as a segment that we have looked into. The segments may not be of the same size. The different segments may vary. So here from host B to host A, 3 segments are transferred. It may happen that the first segment is starting from sequence number 100 and has a length 100. So it goes from 100 to 200. The second sequence, it goes from 201 to 250. The third segment goes from 251 to 400. So that way this segment contains some 100 bytes of data, this segment contains 50 bytes of data, and this segment contains 150 bytes. So all these segments are different in size and the size of the segment will be determined by the flow control algorithm. Now in this hypothetical example, if it happens that segment 1 is received correctly by host A, which is shown in blue color, and say segment 2 and segment 3 are dropped or lost. So host B will try to retransmit bytes 201 bytes up to 400. So this should be 201. So it will try to retransmit from 201 byte to 400. So in this TCP philosophy, it is not trying to retransmit two segments. Rather, it will understand that byte number 201 to byte number 400 has lost, and it need to retransmit byte 201 to 200 byte 201 to byte 400, not these two segments. This segment may not preserve because in TCP everything is in the form of byte stream, and everything is identified by how many bytes I have sent or how many bytes I have received or how many bytes are in transition in the network. So it may happen that this entire thing is divided into two different bytes, two different segments. So the first segment contain bytes 201 to 300, and the second segment contain bytes 301 to 400. Now new segments creating, both new segments have 100 byte in their data field. So now you can see that the earlier division that we had from byte to segments, that was not being preserved here. So earlier I have a small segment of 50 byte and another large segment of 150 byte, but now whenever I am doing the retransmission, TCP at host B finds out that now I do not need to send a small segment of 50 byte, rather I can transmit this entire byte with two segments of 100 bytes each. So that is why we use this term that the message boundaries are not preserved end to end in the context of TCP protocol. So this is about everything about TCP byte stream. Thank you for today.